Hello and welcome. You have tuned in to Game On here on News9. I am Krishna Kumar. As the Indian Test team heads for the 5-match series in England, it will be the first time in 14 years that the 11 will not have either of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma or Ravichandran Ashwin. We will figure out whether the team is ready for this transition test. Also on the show, a big relief for the Indian Premier League franchisees as IPL's governing body has allowed temporary replacements for overseas players. And also on the show, Nir Chopra on Mission Golden League. So let's game on. India is heading for a new era in Test cricket with the tour of England for a 5-match series, which will also mark the beginning of the new ICC World Test Championship cycle for Team India. And in almost 14 years, India will be without the trio of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and Ravi Ashwin. It was on the 18th of August 2011 when India played in England without these three superstars. India had lost the test by 8 runs at the Oval in London. Rohit and Kohli have announced their retirement just before this 5-match series in England, set to start from the 20th of June. Whereas Ashwin had returned from Australia in the midst of the test series since he was not finding a place in the 11, which means India's disappointing series down under, which the hosts won 3-1, will be the last test series of the iconic trio's career. There is another common factor between Rohit, Virat and Ashwin. All of them made their test debut in the West Indies and played their last test series in Australia. The focus now shifts to the 3 Rs: KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja. KL Rahul has scored over 600 runs in 18 test matches in England. Rishabh Pant too has had a good run with the bat in England, scoring over 550 runs in 17 matches. Ravindra Jadeja, the all-rounder, has about 465 runs from 15 tests on English pitches. India will be looking up to these 3 seasoned pros to start the new ICC World Test Championship cycle on a positive note. Meanwhile, former England pacer James Anderson feels that India's next generation of batters have the aggression and fearlessness to step into the big shoes of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in the Test team. A new captain, since Rohit is out, and a new middle order. Cricket fraternity, not just in India, but across the world, will watch with bated breath about India's transitional phase in Test cricket. Keeping it with cricket, in a significant development, Indian Premier League teams have been allowed to make temporary replacements in their squads for the remainder of the tournament. The move is aimed at negating the possible imbalance in teams due to the non-availability of a few foreign players owing to the forced rescheduling of the league. IPL had to be suspended last week due to the India-Pakistan military conflict, but the announcement of the ceasefire paved the way for its resumption on the 17th of May. Now, as per the original schedule, the IPL final was to be held on the 25th of May, but now it will take place on the 3rd of June, making it trickier for the players who had to report for national duty. Now, while a few players are not returning due to personal reasons, the likes of Jamie Overton, representing Chennai Super Kings this season, will stay back in the UK for the white ball series against the West Indies at home. Now, IPL franchisees have been informed via an email that the teams can have temporary replacement player option. Let's get to that excerpt from that mail. It says, and I quote, "In the current situation, where we had to temporarily suspend IPL 2025, resulting in its completion beyond the earlier set out date of May 25, we have reassessed the replacement player provisions. Given the non-availability of certain foreign players due to national commitments or personal reasons or any injury or illness, temporary replacement players will be allowed until the conclusion of this tournament. This decision is subject to the condition that the temporary replacement players taken from this point forward will not be eligible for retention in the following year." Unquote. Now, as per the IPL player regulations 2025-2027, players can be replaced if they are injured or ill, provided that the injury or illness occurs during or before the 12th league match of the relevant team in that season. Now, the temporary replacement players will have to register for the IPL Player Auction 2026. The replacements which were approved or taken before the suspended period will be eligible for retention ahead of the auction. Delhi Capitals have already signed Bangladesh left-arm seamer Mustafizur Rahman as replacement for their Australian batter Jake Fraser McGurk. Rajasthan Royals pacer Jofra Archer is also not coming back for his team's remaining matches, while CSK has to stay without Sam Curran. Considering that both teams are out of the playoffs race, Rajasthan Royals and CSK might not even seek replacements. Shifting focus away from cricket to celebrated Indian javelin thrower Nir Chopra, who will begin his Diamond League campaign in Doha on Friday against a familiar but formidable field of rivals. The Tokyo Olympics gold medalist is eyeing a perfect start to the season in which he would be defending his World Championship crown later this year. At a venue where Chopra will have sizable crowd support thanks to expat Indians, he will face two-time world champion and 2024 Olympics bronze winner Anderson Peters of Grenada, Jakub Badlec of Czechia, who won the Doha Diamond League last year, the German duo of Julian Weber and Max Denning, among others. Excited about the crowd support, Chopra said, and I quote over here, "I'm always overwhelmed by the support I get from the Indian people in Qatar. There aren't enough words to thank them. I know the fans expect big things from me when I compete here, and with good conditions and a great atmosphere, that's definitely possible. But I pride myself on my consistency, which I believe is one of my greatest strengths. For me, that's more important than just chasing a number," unquote. Now, a notable absentee is 2024 Paris Olympics gold winner Arshad Nadeem of Pakistan. Another Indian, Kishore Jena, who won the javelin silver medal at the Asian Games but is struggling of late, will also be one of the 11 competitors. Now, Chopra first competed in the Doha Diamond League in the year 2018 when he finished fourth with a best throw of 87.43 meters. After winning the gold in the Tokyo Olympics in 2021, he took the Doha title in 2023, and he will be looking to regain that title this time around. Shifting focus away from that to football, where Manchester United boss Ruben Amorm insisted that he has no plans to walk away from the Premier League team, saying that his heated comments after Sunday's 2-0 loss to West Ham United came out of a sense of responsibility for their poor performance. Manchester United are staggering to their worst top-flight season since they were relegated back in the year 1974, with Sunday being their 17th defeat from 36 games and their 9th loss at home at Old Trafford, what was once a fortress. And Amorm had said that he may have to leave if their poor form continues.
What I'm saying is that since I arrived here, I'm always talking about the standards, and I cannot see the team having these results, especially in Premier League, and not say nothing and not take the responsibility. It's just that I have a clear idea what to do. I understand the problems of the team, so I'm far from quitting. What I'm saying is that we need to perform, and we had this season. In the future, we need to perform, or else they will change us. That is normal thing. So, especially after a match, was my feeling, and it still is my feeling today.
Manchester United, who are languishing at the 16th place in the Premier League, face Tottenham Hotspur, who are also struggling domestically, sitting a place below Amorm's team in the table. The final on the 21st of May in Bilbao, however, offers both sides a lifeline with a berth in next year's Champions League on offer. When asked which he would find more rewarding, lifting the Europa League trophy or qualifying for Europe's elite club competition. Amorm said this. Take a look.
Personally, for me, I think Champions League is more important for everything to prepare the next season, and we are supposed to be in Champions League, and Europa League here is not enough, and you have that feeling here. So this is the best way to help us to get in the top in a few years is Champions League. Is not the title, is not the cup. So for me, Champions League is more important.
Now, Ruben Amorm also confirmed that he had offered to pay for his Manchester United backroom staff to take their families to Bilbao in Spain next week after being told by the club that his coaches, physiotherapist and support team would have to pay for those tickets. The lack of tickets for family comes amidst United's raft of cost-cutting measures that include their plan to eliminate around 150 to 200 more jobs in addition to the 250 jobs removed last year. Amorm is unsure what his squad will look like for next week's final with Leny Yoro, Diogo Dalot and others all having injury doubts. They will not feature in Friday's league match at Chelsea.
The situation is simple. You know that we had a lot of things, people leaving, a lot of changing in the staff, and in this moment for our club, sometimes it's hard to understand when to give, when to take, to respect the people that we are taking their jobs in certain moments to survive and to rebuild, and then it's hard. And it's complicated for the club to start giving to other members of staff. So it's a really hard position. I don't know if they are going to be available. We are trying to push because it's the final matches and it's a final. You know that all the players want to play that really bad. So I don't know. They will not. I think they will not go to Chelsea, but they will have a possibility to have some of them in the final.
Now remember, Amorm played for Benfica in the 2014 Europa League final, losing to Sevilla on penalties. The manager said that there was little that he could take from that experience to help prepare his team now. And in the meanwhile, Manchester United's players are keen to erase the memories of a dismal Premier League season by lifting the Europa League crown. United right back Diogo Dalot has said that winning the Europa League will be the least that the United team can do to salvage this disastrous season.
Obviously it hurts. It's something that we definitely need to change. Something that it's been quite clear in terms of results. We are not being consistent enough. We're not showing the type of performances that the club should present, especially here at Old Trafford. So it's something that we definitely need to change. We have a lot of work to do. I'm sure that he believes in us as much as we believe in him. So altogether, I think we can turn things around and we can start that as soon as possible. Everybody sees and everybody knows that this is not the standard for the club. Nowhere near it. What we've been doing this season is not enough to what this club deserves. So I think it's the least we could do, especially for the fans, because they suffer as much as us. To win a trophy, to win a European competition, I know how much it means, European nights and European competitions for this club.
Well, Dalot himself remains an injury doubt for next week's season-defining match, along with his defensive colleagues Leny Yoro, Delight and Aiden Heaven. The Red Devils' European form has been one of the few bright spots this season, with Ruben Amorm's side being unbeaten across 14 fixtures. The Europa League final on the 21st of May offers a lifeline to the club with a berth in next year's Champions League, as we've been telling you, and they take on a Tottenham Hotspur, a side struggling and placed below them in the English Premier League table?
Of course, I personally am. I come from clubs where I'm not used to losing. I will never get used to losing, wherever I am. So as well as here. So yeah, it's painful. It's a painful moment. But yeah, life is sometimes painful, and you just have to go through it. It's a different context, of course. It's a final. It's a European final. It's in Spain. So yeah, everything is different. The whole atmosphere, everything is different around that game. So your whole approach is, of course, is going to be different. So yeah, we have to be so sharp for that game, and yeah, I'm looking forward again.